Welcome guys to day number 11, December 11th, and this is our Gifts of Kindness countdown. Let's see what day number 11 is. Do a chore for someone as a surprise. So, I know your parents, or grandparents, or whoever you're with, would love for you to pick up your toys, or maybe clean up the bathroom, or do something, even taking out the trashes. So, maybe do something special for them today that would be kind of like a chore, maybe not something you would always want to do, but something you would want to do for somebody else. So, day number 11. So, have fun doing that challenge today. We'll see you guys back again tomorrow for day number 12.
Hi kids, my name's Rocco, or as some of you know me, Mr. Bob. All right, I have some little reading to do for you. God makes a way. God makes a way. Moses and God's people escaped out of Egypt and into the wilderness. They did not know the way, but God knew the way, and he would show them. I will bring you to a new home, a special land God promised them. I will look after you. I am with you. God sent a big cloud for them to follow, a pillar of smoke stretching up to the sky. It was moved in front of them as they walked and shaded them from the blazing heat of the day. And when it was time to rest, it stopped. All through the cold desert night, it kept them warm, glowing like fire. God led his people through the desert to the edge of a great sea. They were just wondering how to cross it when suddenly they heard a terrible thundering and pounding. It sounded almost like horses' hooves. They shaded their eyes to look back and screamed. It was. Pharaoh and his army were coming to get them. Pharaoh had changed his mind again. Get my slaves back, he screeched and charged out into the desert after them with 600 of his fastest horsemen and every single chariot in Egypt. What were God's people going to do? In front of them was a big sea. It was so big there was no way around it. But there was no way through it. It was too deep. They didn't have any boats, so they couldn't sail across, and they couldn't swim across because it was too far, and they would drown. And they couldn't turn back because Pharaoh was chasing them. They could see the flashing swords now glinting in the baking sun, and the dust clouds and chariots after scary chariot surging towards them. So they did the only thing there was left to do: panic. We're going to die, they shrieked. Don't be afraid, Moses said. But there was nothing we can do, they screamed. God knows you can't do anything, Moses said. God will do it for you. Trust him and watch. But there's no way out, they cried. God will make a way, Moses said. Another minute and it would have been over. But the strangest thing happened. God made the pillar of smoke move. It moved behind his people and hid them from the Egyptians. Then God sent a strong east wind to blow all night long. It blew on the water of the big sea. It blew it to the left and it blew it to the right until it blew it into two towering walls of water. And there, right through the middle of the sea, a muddy pathway opened up, and God's people walked across dry land. When the Egyptians tried to follow, the walls of the water crashed back down on them and swallowed them up. God's people were safe. They danced and laughed and sang and thanked God. When there had been no way out, God had made a way. Many years later, once again, God was going to make a way where there was no way. From the beginning, God's children had been running from him and hiding. God knew his children could never be happy without him. But they couldn't get back to him by themselves. They were lost. They didn't know the way back. But God knew the way, and one day he would show them. Okay, God, we're just so thankful that you've made a way for us, God. And you know us and you love us. And through you and through your Son, Lord, you've made a way for us. We thank you and praise you and give you all the glory. Amen.